Well, let's move on to the other big story. The temporary pause in fighting between Israel and Hamas has entered its fifth day after a 48-hour extension to the truce deal was agreed upon. Qatar, which is mediating the truce deal, says that Hamas confirmed it is committed to the release of a further of 20 hostages, 10 each for each day of the extended truce. Under the Qatari and Egyptian mediated deal clinched last week, Hamas has freed 50 Israeli women and children hostages in return for 150 Palestinian detainees released by Israel. Hamas has said it has agreed with Qatar and Egypt to extend the truce for an additional 2 days under the same conditions reached before. Israeli forces and Hamas fighters appeared to be abiding by that truce for a fifth morning on Tuesday. While black smoke could be seen rising up north in Gaza, there was no indication of any explosions. The White House has also welcomed the extension of the humanitarian pause, saying it will work towards extending the truce further. And according to U.S. officials, the country is sending 3 planes to Egypt to aid Gaza.
We're going to keep working for an extension to the pause again. Absolutely, that's what we want. We want to see all the hostages out, and this is the best way to get them out. The Israelis have been pretty clear that once the pauses are complete and the hostage exchanges are over, that they intend to continue their military operations against Hamas.
And trucks laden with aid drove into Gaza Strip from Egypt through the Rafah crossing this morning. It comes as Israel and Hamas agreed to extend their ceasefire for 2 more days. But United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned that the extension of truce by 2 days was not enough to meet the aid needs of Gaza.
Glimpse of hope and humanity in the middle of the darkness of war. And I strongly hope that this will enable us to increase even more the humanitarian aid to the people in Gaza that is suffering so much, knowing that even with that additional amount of time, it will be impossible to satisfy all the dramatic needs of the population in Gaza.
Khan Yunis was one of the areas in Gaza targeted by Israeli bombing. With a truce in place, children and adults wait in long lines at the water supply stations, hoping to fill up their empty gallons with some clean water. Meanwhile, in the Gaza city, the temporary pause between Israel and Hamas has brought a glimpse of normality for those who have remained in the northern city, as residents set up selling fruits and other goods once again. Amid the piles of debris and damaged buildings, however, inside the United Nations school, people were seen cooking using makeshift stoves and fire as children looked on. Now, as the extension of the truce was announced, 11 Israeli women and children were freed by Hamas and handed over to the Red Cross on Monday.
We've just heard from Dr. Luvetsky at the Ichilov Medical Center here in Tel Aviv, and they have been treating the 9 child hostages and 2 mothers who were released last night. They've been treating them at this hospital here. They said that the priority is absolutely their psychological well-being, and they'll be providing ongoing treatment for them. They're also looking at their medical treatment and nutritional needs as well, but said this will be a slow process. Many of the hostages are displaying symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Remember, they have been held for more than 7 weeks in Gaza by Hamas. Just released last night, and they're also waiting anxiously to hear if any more of their community, their kibbutz members, their neighbors, their friends, their relatives are going to be released as part of the partial hostage release deal that has been extended. The Israeli government has the list of hostages who are going to be released tonight. It remains to be seen who will be released, but all of the hostages here who have been released, they all have relatives still left captive in Gaza. This is Jodie Cohen for WION World is One.